Bob and Lori Hollander here with your weekly relationship recharge tip.
We are very excited today to talk about the 3 keys that will help you start a difficult conversation with your partner. The first key is to create the space. Oftentimes when we have these conversations, we're in an emotional space, we got the kids running around, we're making dinner, or we want to talk and the only time is right before bed. That doesn't work. Carve out a time. Make an appointment with your partner. It's got to be in a quiet atmosphere where there are no interruptions.
And before that, you should be carving out a time in your own mind and your own heart to get ready, because the mood is so important to the message that you eventually convey.
That's right. The second key is to speak thoughtfully. And when we say that, we mean what you communicate should be full of thought. We often unintentionally blame our partner and say things that really hurt them. And when that happens, our partner shuts down and cannot listen. So you want to use I statements. And we recommend that you write down your complaint, what it is that you're going to tell your partner. And then take a look at it and see, how does it sound? And can you rephrase it in a way that doesn't hurt? For instance, oftentimes I will say to Bob, "You never clean up after yourself." And that he can't hear, as well as, "Bob, when I come home and I find a mess, it's very frustrating for me."
That second way was much better. And also, it's clear, and I think when you say be thoughtful, sometimes we come with almost like a shotgun approach of 10 or 15 different messages at a time, and for a kind of a singular tasker rather than a multitasker, it's hard to deal with it. But a lot of times, especially for men, I would say, if it's one clear difficulty that you might be having, it's good to be able to have rehearsed it almost and be clear about it. It sounds a little bit mechanical, but it really takes a lot of the emotion, and for me personally, it takes the confusion out of the message that you intend to send.
That's right. You also can acknowledge your partner's intent. For instance, "Bob, I know you didn't intend to hurt me when you said that, but it really did hurt." So that's a softer way of saying something.
Yeah. And you're bringing up something very, very important. A lot of people look at behavior and have this intuition of what's happening. But if we can have an idea of what the intent is, not so much focus now on us and how we feel, but what their intent is, then all of a sudden it's an added dimension to understanding the fullest meaning of what someone is saying.
Exactly. The third key is to listen actively. And what that means is turning off the football game, or maybe that's not a good time, but giving your full attention to your partner, using eye contact, Bob nodding that you are listening and you heard what I said, because sometimes guys don't nod.
That's true.
Yeah. And also just making sure that I know that you got it, that you understand it, by paraphrasing.
I got it. You see? Right there. I just did it right there, right? I'm a quick learner. But the problem for me as an old ADD, or attention deficit disorder person, is that it's very, very hard for me to multitask. And I'm thinking, Lori's conveying a message to me, and it's everything I have to truly understand it and make sense of it. But now she's asking me, you heard her, to nod. 2 things. And I'm not used to that. But it is important so she knows, and she's not frustrated. She knows that she's getting through. So I have practiced it, and actually pretty much of the time I can actually both think and nod at the same time.
Right. And that means a lot to me.
Yeah.
So the 3 keys to starting a difficult conversation with your partner: create room, speak thoughtfully, and listen actively. So till next week, thank you for joining us.
Thanks a lot. See you next time.
Bye-bye.